As the lake fire rages to our north, how firefighters here in San Diego are prepping for the possibility of a fire in our own backyard. La Mesa Leader is holding a special event to give the public a chance to speak directly to them about the recent unrest and the renewed push to find the killer of a Chula Vista teen. One father's plea for help. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
And it is great to have you with us on this midday. I'm Jim Patton, and I am joined remotely by my co-anchor, Virginia Cha, and 10 News meteorologist Megan Perry. Great to see you both, and we'll be with you very shortly. First, this midday, the lake fire is still burning as firefighters work to get a handle on it. Officials say the fire is still 0% contained. ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell has more on the local resources that have been sent to help.
Strike units from San Diego County have been sent to help with the firefighting efforts in the Angeles National Forest. And with the warm-up expected to stick around, fire officials want to remind everyone to stay vigilant to prevent fires like the lake fire from starting here.
We certainly have the potential here. Our fuels are dry and receptive and ready to burn. So we need to be extra cautious on weekends like this.
This is what firefighters dealt with overnight in LA County as the lake fire continues to spread, already scorching more than 10,500 acres. This morning, 3 strike units from San Diego County were sent to help with the firefighting efforts. We're told teams from the Office of Emergency Services, Rancho Santa Fe, Vista Fire, San Miguel, and Lakeside Fire, plus Oceanside, Camp Pendleton, Paula Reservation, San Pascual, and likely San Diego Fire have all been tasked to help.
Right now, we're sitting pretty good regionally as far as our fire activity. So when something like that happens, like the lake fire takes off, we're able to get them resources very quickly without worrying about drawing down our local resource.
But they also warn when the warm and dry weather arrives, there's also an increase for fire danger, so be prepared.
We don't want people to be scared and just every time it warms up to freak out. We really want people to use that momentum to make an evacuation plan, to plan for their families, and to make sure they're doing everything in a safe manner so that they don't start an incident.
Fire officials also tell me they've seen an uptick in the number of fire starts and acreage compared to last year. Reporting from CAL FIRE headquarters, Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
And now to a quick update on the lake fire. As Marie told us, it has scorched over 10,000 acres. It exploded in size in a matter of hours yesterday. Officials say more than 5,000 structures are threatened, and firefighters say there are a number of challenges they're facing.
There's been areas of this fire that have not burned in decades. It's in inaccessible terrain, which added to the complexity of the fire.
As far as the outlook going forward, crews say the weather is helping right now, but one official said the incident is expected to be a major fire for the days to come. Virginia?
Well, happening tonight, thank you, Jim. The city of La Mesa hosting a virtual event aimed at opening up a community dialogue about the turmoil in that city in the last couple of months. This is coming after the city picked a firm to look into how different local agencies handled the incident. Now, the goal is to get recommendations to help the city better respond to emergency situations. As for tonight's meeting, the city wants to let community members voice their concerns and ask questions. It's happening at 6 p.m. You can find a link to the site to submit your own questions in our story on 10news.com. Well, the father of a 15-year-old is asking for help to find the people who stabbed his son to death. ABC 10 News reporter Jared Aarons is in Chula Vista, where police and relatives offered a new reward for information.
Heartbreak and hope from the family of Devin Griffiths Thursday morning, who are looking for information about who killed their son. Devin was stabbed to death in January trying to break up a fight at a party.
You know, my kid was 15. He was a good kid. And he saved my life.
Lee Griffiths shared pictures and memories at a news conference Thursday morning outside the Chula Vista Police Department. It's all he has left of his 15-year-old son. Police say Devin was at a party in January when a fight broke out. He tried to help a friend and was attacked by a group of 8 to 15 people, stabbed several times in the chest. Devin died in the hospital 2 weeks later. Police have been trying to talk to witnesses and other people at that party, hoping someone knows who the attackers were or has cell phone or security footage of the fight. Devin's father wants justice for his son, who showed a lot of heart, he says, defending a friend.
When I see my son in the hospital, both hands, knuckles were broken open, which tells me he fought these guys. And I'm very proud of him and angry with him at the same time.
The Griffiths family is using $5,000 left from their GoFundMe account as a reward. Crime Stoppers is adding another $1,000. They say anybody with any information should call Crime Stoppers or the Chula Vista Police Department. In Chula Vista, Jared Aarons, ABC 10 News.
Well, for the first time in more than a month, San Diego County is meeting all the metrics set by the state, bringing us one step closer to coming off the watch list. And we need to be below 100 cases per 100,000 people. The county says we are now at 98.4. It takes 3 days of sustaining those numbers to get off the watch list, and then another 14 days off the watch list before schools can reopen. If we go back above those numbers, we go back on the list.
And so we can't have the mindset that once we're off the state monitoring list, well, everything's fine, and then we just go back to normal, because then we'll simply have it spike back up and we'll be in this seesaw situation.
Getting off the watch list will only help schools reopen. We are still way over the threshold for community outbreaks, which is one of the numbers the county uses to determine which businesses can reopen. Well, new unemployment figures are in, and they show another slight dip in filings. This is the first week we're under 1 million new claims in months. The federal government reporting a little over 960,000 people filed for benefits. That is down from 1.2 million the week before. The number of people receiving aid at the state level also down, suggesting hiring is offsetting layoffs to a certain extent. All this as we still wait on word from Congress about the next possible relief package. Jim?
Well, Virginia national coronavirus hospitalizations are seeing a decline, but deaths are still on the rise. Latest numbers coming as some health officials raise concerns about how, with fall around the corner, transmission could worsen. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
In the past 24 hours, the United States has reported the nation's highest number of deaths in a single day, as some major cities emerge as possible new hotspots.
I worry about a perfect storm.
Researchers at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, whose data is used by the COVID task force, say that storm is brewing in Chicago, Boston, and Baltimore, predicting the virus will hit them hard.
We're just seeing significant transmission in all three of those cities. That's happening late in the summer, acknowledging that they only have weeks left before the nights get colder and the transmission dynamics may actually worsen.
This as more and more children test positive across the country. Health experts say 338,000 kids have been diagnosed with COVID-19.
Please go by science.
Parents and teachers on edge with the new school year. Some teachers in Arizona and Texas resigning in fear of in-person learning.
This certainly was not a decision that came to me lightly. I just didn't feel the district had adequate plans to keep both students and teachers safe.
Meantime, President Trump is again calling for students to return to classrooms, arguing remote education isn't good for their development.
We want to take care of our teachers, but we cannot indefinitely stop 50 million American children from going to school.
On Wednesday night, the White House released general recommendations for reopening schools, saying the administration will send 125 million reusable masks to schools. Though they're not required, federal officials are encouraging them when social distancing isn't possible. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.